What is up, survivors? Soul Survivor here, and I'm going to bring you guys another video for today. It's a bit late, so you know what that means. Since my childhood story, ghost stories did pretty well, I'm going to do, narrations of a few stories that I heard. And, keep in mind, I got one to tell you guys. It's a delivery boy story. So let's get started. Turn your lights off and sit here in complete darkness. Listen to my voice and be ready to be scared. So I started my job as working at pizza in my local area. I started off just helping the chef and cleaning the kitchen and stuff like that. But my boss eventually told me that I could be delivery boy on the days that the main delivery boy had off. It came with, a little raise, and I agreed. So the next day, the delivery boy came in with bloodshot eyes, looked like he'd seen a ghost, and said he quit after making a delivery, and to a certain address. He said he quit, and that he wasn't, and he went to it wasn't going to start, it didn't going to work anymore, that he was done delivering, he's done, he's quitting. So he goes into the manager's office for a while, and they argue for about a good 10-15 minutes. And, well, then he comes out. Again, about 10 or 15 minutes later. He says, "Good luck, kid." I asked him what happened, what did he see? He said, "Just a bad house, bad delivery. A shitty job," he said. I didn't really think much of it at the time. So I just went on about my day, knowing that tomorrow I'll be doing a few shifts of delivery, taking a few pizzas to houses and such things like that. I knew that when he said just a shitty job, no big deal, that wasn't the real deal. That wasn't really what was wrong. His last address. I hope I don't have to go to that address. So, it's been a few months after that. A few weeks, actually, not months. And I've been delivery boy. It's a pretty easy job. Just drive to whatever house the GPS says to go to for the address you put in and deliver the pizzas. So, that's pretty much it. I drive to this address. And it's out in the woods, like out in the middle of nowhere, kind of in the woods, like a little old log cabin sort of thing. And I call my boss and tell him that this house doesn't look like there's anyone living here. It looks kind of condemned, and it's out here in the middle of nowhere. He yells at me and tells me just to go knock on the door at least, and then come back. And so I do. I know that he gets on to you for coming back with a pizza without money, but this person, particular address, ordered four pies. So I don't even want to think about what the manager would do to me for bringing them back. So I got up and I went and knocked the door. I knocked pretty hard. The door was kind of a creaky kind of thing. So was the rest of the house. It's old, wooden, and no one came. So I knocked again. And I'm looking around to see if anybody's home, and the next thing I know, I see someone in the window with wide eyes, wider than I've ever seen. I have, wider than I could ever have imagined. Just looking at me, like she was surprised I was there. "Pizza," I said. choking off the chill I got down my spine from the lady in the window. I started hearing rustling behind me, and so I turn. There's no one there. I get freaked out, and I drop the pizzas in the porch, and I book it to my car. It takes me about 3 tries to get the darn thing running, and it finally gets running, and I drive. I haul ass. I didn't even stop to look back. If I was going so fast, if I looked back, I'd probably run into a lamppost. I could barely even see in front of me. I was getting out of there. I didn't get very far, though. I started hearing this like a metallic dinging from the bottom of my car. See, I didn't want to get out to see what was wrong, because in every horror movie, that's what they do, and, well, I didn't want my life to be a horror movie. So I kept driving, ignoring that dinging, but eventually my car just couldn't go anymore. So instead of sitting there in the car waiting for whatever to happen, I got out and looked, and to my surprise, all 4 of my tires were slashed with metal or something. The tires were slashed, and they completely fallen off the rims. The car was not moving. So I got back in the car, and instead of running down the road, I got back in the car, locked the doors, all 4 of the doors and the windows, and called 911. I told them the story about what's going on, and they said they were going to send some people out to my area. So I waited. The operator lady asked me to stay on the phone with her while the cops were there. And I did for a little while. She said to hide, make sure I wasn't seen. So I was kind of leaned back in my chair, trying not to be seen by anyone coming through the windows or whatever. Just in case. And I look up in the rearview mirror, and the next thing I know, I see the person again. I can make out that it's a lady, though, walking up behind my car with their eyes wide as earlier. But this time, she's got a smile on her face. I freak out. I open the door and I book it. I drop my phone and everything. I am out of here. I ran through as far as I could through the woods until I ran out of air. My sides hurting, I crouched down behind a rock facing the road and tried to catch my breath. Wasn't very long before I started hearing ambulance and cop cars coming by. I could tell it was them through the sirens that was echoing through the woods. So I gather what stamina I have left, and I book it for the road. A little ways from since I was running, I could start to see the red and blue lights flashing through the woods. I was so relieved that this was almost over and I was almost safe. I get to the road and they see me. I'm panicking. Help me what little I can. And I fall on the ground coughing. I thought I coughed up blood, but no. They helped me up off the ground, and I told them what the story was. What I could about what was going on, why I was out here. Basic questions that, cops ask or whatever. And they sent a squad car out to the house that I was, going to. And 2 cops in the car, they got out, searched the place. They didn't see anyone. There was no one there. They found a couple living in the house, though. A old lady and a man. The old lady must have been staring at me through the window to distract me, while her husband went through and slashed the tires of my car. They went to jail and went under custody. They towed my car back to the shop, and I went to the hospital just because of routine. They wanted to make sure there was nothing wrong with me, even though I felt fine, just really out of air. The next day I came to my boss and I told him what happened, the whole story, and he believed me. He was mad that I left the pizzas there, but he didn't want me in danger, so he understood. He was fine with it. And ever since, he's been more careful about the deliveries that we go on and he sends us. So, that's my story. And I hope and pray that this doesn't happen to anyone else. Just beware what could happen as a delivery boy. Alright guys, that was a story. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope it gave you guys a little scare. Though it's not really on the complete scary side. It's more frightening. It's kind of hard to explain. I mean, it might scare some of you. It doesn't really scare me. I mean, it makes me like worried or whatever, cautious. If that's the right word to use, but I looked up a couple of these stories and stuff, so I'm thinking giving you guys one every video. I'm thinking of doing this weekly or so, kind of spread out like I did the childhood ghost stories. And the main reason I'm doing this is because I'm only 17, and my whole life isn't quite over yet. At least I hope not. But most of my childhood ghost stories are coming to an end, and I can't really think of any more that happened to me. And so I'm thinking of doing these narrations. Let me know if you guys enjoyed them. I will look to see the views in the comments section. I mean, the likes I got for the video. And if you guys like this kind of thing, I'll make it a series. And I put up a date that I do the videos. And we'll have us a good series going. I'll look up more narrations and things like that. See if I can't scare you guys. But till then, guys, I'm Soul Survivor. I'm signing out. Have a great day or night wherever you're at. Like, comment, subscribe. Share your videos with your friends. That helps me out a lot. You guys have no idea how much that helps to get our community going. And see you guys later. Peace.